What's up everyone, welcome to Dutch VG with another deck profile, and this time it is going to be my girlfriend's deck, Genesis White Witches. Yeah, I changed the playmat because it's her deck and it's her playmat, so that's why. And yeah, she's all into Naruto, so that's why she has got the Rasengan sleeves. So let's get started. So starting Vanguard is Vivid Rabbit. It's a grade 3 searcher because there is a grade 3 that you want to write first, and it's a deck where you want to rewrite your Vanguard to shuffle back triggers. So it's got a kind of a techie way to play this deck. So she is actually the best starter for this build. Then trigger lineup. We have a really pretty aggressive. Here is 10 criticals. Obviously the witch criticals and what is her name? Kokoro Hime is her name. Yeah, Kokoro Hime. And she's the put into soul and give +3 because there may be times where you lack the one soul, and you may use her to get a 6 soul from mint, because when you rewrite you get an additional 2 soul. When you use her skill you get a +3, so which makes 5, and then you can use her or the grade 3 searcher to get an extra 6 soul. So it's really decent, and obviously 10 grit because it's a Genesis build and it kinda needs the crits. 2 techie draw triggers because of his skill. So when it's placed on guard circle you may soul charge 1, and it's just a techie draw, so why not? Confusing your opponent. For heals, obviously Witch of Pots because it's a witch. It's important you have witch in the card name. Great ones are 3 Valencia. Actually she's a pretty decent right target, and when she is soul blasted you may soul charge too, so yeah, pretty straightforward. Witch of Frogs, pretty decent right target as well, and something you want to soul charge. Her skill is when she is soul blasted you may counter blast 1 and call her to rear guard circle, so you can make pretty decent combos in this build. And some attack power, 10k attackers, because you kind of need attackers. They will get retired, locked, so you kind of need to make up for the attackers that are going to be in your drop zone. Obviously for Witch of from Bois, how to call it. Anyway, she's the Witch Perfect Guard, and you need Witch's Perfect Guard because of Fennel's skill, so you can add her to your hand. And 4 12k attackers, and the mate for mint, nothing much to say about it. The mate for Fennel, and decent skill early game. You can counter this 1 to soul charge 3 and make her 12k beatstick. Even late game to pump her up with mint, it's even possible. So you would rather use her skill than mint skill because she gets the additional power, so she becomes a 12k beatstick, which is always nice. For Witch of Ravens, which is the grade 2 version of Witch of Frogs, so when she is soul blasted, counter blast 1 to call her to a rear guard circle. Rear guard? Yeah, English is difficult for me. So the bosses, Fennel, so she is your first main right target. Her skill is when she is placed you may counter blast 1 and soul charge 3, and her legion skill is on the turn that she legions. At the end of the battle she attacked, you may soul blast 3. Look to the top 5 cards and add 2 cards with witch in its card name to your hand. So this is why it's important to have a lot of triggers or perfect guards that have witch in the card name, so you can add them to your hand. So what you want is basically write Fennel over Fennel, so you can recycle triggers back, make your deck thinner by adding cards to your hand and adding triggers, shuffle back triggers while legioning. So that's a pretty deadly combo when you end up with just a small deck with a lot of triggers in it. And then finally Mint, which is the finisher. Her skill is when she has a middle column unit, you may counter +1 and soul charge 3. And her other skill is when she attacks, you may soul blast 6 and she gets plus 10k. And a continuous effect, which is all your front row witches will get plus 5 continuously. So when you let's say you have a column here, you soul blast 6 and you soul blast Rich of Ravens or Frog, you can retire the 2 front row and call them, and they will have the plus 5 as well. So that is the most devastating combo there is with this deck. And since you attack for a lot and get extra power and you get a drive check, it's pretty devastating. So it's a really nice nice way of playing Genesis, and I find the white witches nicer to play than the dark or black witches, how to say it. So yeah, that's basically it. The deck works really good though. She has been winning against my Perditions, my Nova Grapplers, my Link Joker, Revengers. She has been able to beat every single clan, except for, what is it? I guess she hasn't played against Gold Paladin yet, but all the other like top tier clans that are in the English meta, she has been able to win against it, because it just gains, it has a lot of pressure because of the tank rates, because of the reshuffling, the card advantage you have with this deck is really nice, because obviously when you play a lot of tricks, crits, wow, tricks, it is it's the one thing you are worried about is your hand size, but because you can add 2 cards, it's really good, and you can choose. I mean, it's not draw a card, it's choose from 5 cards, which is really decent. So add perfect cards. So yeah, that's it. We will not update this deck, so this is the final version, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Share, subscribe and like, and see you guys. Bye.